The first ever public debate between the candidates running for chairperson of the African Union Commission has been held at the continental body's headquarters in Addis Ababa. 5 candidates are competing to succeed Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, who leaves the post next month. They include Amina Mohamed of Kenya, Abdoulaye Bathily of Senegal, Pelonomi Venson-Moitoi of Botswana, Moussa Faki Mahamat of Chad, and Agapito Mokuy of Equatorial Guinea. The debate gave the candidates an opportunity to speak to African citizens, popularize the AU, and give their vision for an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa.
We have to make sure that women are protected, because when women are protected and are useful to the economy, they will raise healthier and more peaceful homes. In the long term, this brings peace into homes and therefore peace into communities and ultimately peace into the nation.
Luckily, there are very few interstate conflicts at the moment. Most of the conflicts we have in Africa today are within countries. But what comes to worsen the situation is terrorism. This is a new phenomenon. There is an international terrorism council that is spreading across the world, and Africa happens to suffer in this cancer. And if you look from Mauritania to the Horn of Africa, this is a desert area with very poor inhabitants. And there we have a problem of insecurity. So issues related to peace and security must be a priority.
The issue of financing the African Union is one of the major issues for this organization. It's about sovereignty of the continent. We cannot talk about independence, about our sovereignty all the time. We cannot talk about African solutions to African problems if the other pay for us. We talk a lot about the young people, but what is the reality? Our young people are still dying, trying to find space and good life in other places. We see that when you want to move from country A to country B in Africa, it's still being very difficult. I appreciate the initiative from the African Union by giving passport to the heads of states and government. With all due respect, I think there is no president that can go to another country and have a problem of visa. It is time that we start giving the passport to the business people, to school children, to all these needed mothers, fathers, brothers.
We need to talk to each other. We need to trade with each other. We need to move with each other, right? I'll give you the example of Kwame. A Ghanaian student, if we gave him the opportunity, he would actually be able to work in Kenya, to live in Botswana, to get married in Chad, and probably to invest in Senegal, right? He doesn't have that opportunity today. The only opportunity he actually has today is in the confines of that one country called Ghana, right? We actually need to do that for them. That is the debt I was talking about. We owe them that debt. We must do it for them.
CCTV's Jin Keo tells us more about the historic debate from the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa.
Well, it was certainly a first for the African Union, and the 5 contenders from Kenya, Chad, Equatorial Guinea, Senegal and Botswana did not disappoint. They each appeared strong on paper as they laid down their vision for the continent. Now, the debate mainly focused around the African Union's Vision 2063. Now, this is a development plan by the African Union for the continent for the next 50 years. Now, it includes political, social and economic strategies to uplift the lives of the African people. The 5 candidates were each presented with 4 questions around 4 key areas on this vision, and these are women and youth, free movement of people, the financing of the African Union, which is a major issue, plus peace and security. Now, of course, none of the participants will have direct involvement in the voting process. This is a preserve of the president during the Heads of State Summit that is slated for January 2017. But the African Union believes that this exercise will transform the African Union. And also they say that they hoped it would help the African people get involved or participate in the affairs of the African Union Commission. Jane Keo, CCTV, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.